Jai Shri Ram. The life and works of Alwars. Alwars were saints of the Sri Vaishnava tradition. They were 12. Poigai, Poigai Alvar, Poigai Alvar, Peyyalvar, Bhutadalvar, Tirumalisai Alvar, Periyalvar, Andal, Nammalvar, Madhurakavi Alvar, Tirupanalvar, Thondaradipodi Alvar, Kulashekar Alvar, and Tirumangai Alvar. Their devotional hymns were a total of 4,000 verses, which are called Pasurams, and they are known as Nalayira Divya Prabandham. The temples or kshetras where they sang are referred to as Divya Deshams. There are 108 such Divya Deshams. And in the Sri Vaishnava tradition, the earlier Alwars were placed in the Dwapara Yugam, some 4,500 years before Christ, and the rest are in Kali Yuga. Alvar means one who delves deeply into something, who is immersed in devotion to Krishna. All the Alvars came from diverse social backgrounds and they were believed to be incarnations of the divine Amsas, like the Panchayudhas of Mahavishnu. Incidentally, the origin of many of them, Poigai Alvar, Peyyalvar, Bhutadalvar, is all shrouded in mystery because we don't have any information about their birth and all that. It is believed that most of them were, they are supposed to have appeared in a basket of flowers or something like that with flowers near the temples. Even Andal, Godadevi, and Tirumalisai Alvar were found. They were foundlings and they were brought up by others. Periyalvar and Madhura Kavi Alvar came from Orthodox Sri Vaishnava families. Tirupanalvar, Tirumalai, they belong to the so-called backward caste. Remember, caste does not exist in Hinduism. Kulashekar Alvar and Tirumangai Alvar were kings. Alvars, their work is accepted as pramanam by the Sri Vaishnavas. Pramanam means proof, on par with the Vedas. They are called the Tamil Vedas or Dravida Vedas. They are believed to be the substance of Vedas in Tamil. The Alvars mention in many places that their verses came from the Lord Himself and they were merely instruments in the hands of the Lord. The Lord revealed this knowledge through them. The works of Alvars is said to be the origin of Sri Sampradayam, believing that Sriman Narayana, Sriyapati, is the ultimate reality. Sri Sampradayam. And all the Alvars believe that the Lord is delighted when he is addressed as Shriyapati. And the easiest way to attain him is through the grace of Sri Mahalakshmi. Natha Muni, a great Vaishnava Acharya, once heard a wandering minstrel singing Nammalvar's Aravamude Pasuram. He was so entranced, and the Pasuram, that song, ended with a reference to 1,000 other verses of the same poet. So he wanted to learn more of Nammalvar's verses, but the singer did not know more than 10. Nathamuni failed to get more of them in spite of his tremendous effort. So he decided to sit at the shrine of Nammalvar in Tirukkurugur, and he meditated on Nammalvar, reciting Madhura Kavi's verses in praise of Nammalvar. Madhura Kavi was the disciple of Nammalvar, and he recited Madhura Kavi's verses in praise of Nammalvar 12,000 times. And Nammalvar, with his boundless mercy, blessed Nathamuni and revealed the entire 4,000 Pasurams. That's why they are called Nalayiram. And so Nathamuni then compiled them into the form in which we know it today. What a wonderful miracle, isn't it? After Nathamuni, Ramanuja systematized his work and introduced the tradition of reciting the Nalayaram along with the Vedas in temples during the Utsavas of the Lord. So, when the Lord is taken out on streets during Vidhi Utsavas, the Nalayara Prabandha Goshti precedes the Lord while the Veda Parayana Goshti follows them. So, Ramanuja, the Nalayara Prabandha Goshti precedes the Lord, Veda Parayana Goshti follows them. And Ramanuja also encouraged his disciples to write special commentaries on the Nalayaram. These commentaries are called Bhagavad Vishayam, which bring out the esoteric significance of the verses and instill bhakti. The historical dating of Alwars is a very difficult task because details are not clearly available. Periyalvar was honored by the Pandya king Vallabhadeva and is dated therefore to be 690 AD, the birth, based on the king's reign. And Andal, his daughter, lived between 716 AD and 735 AD. Poigai, Bhutadalwar and Peyyalwar are called the Mudal Alwars because they came first in the lineage of Alwars. The Mudal Alwars are believed to have lived towards the end of the Dwapara Yugam. Poigai Alwar is believed to be the Amsa of Srimanarayana's Conch, Panchajanyam. Bhutadalwar is believed to have been born somewhere near Mahabalipuram. Bhutadalwar, his birth is believed to have taken place in a blue lily, and he is believed to be the Amsa of Lord's Gada, Kaumodakam. Peyyalwar is believed to be Sri Krishna's sword, Nandakam, Vishnu's sword, Nandakam. And Peyyalwar is believed to have appeared within a red lily flower inside a well near the Adikeshava Perumal temple in Mylapore. So Peyyalwar was called Peyyalwar because he was so absorbed and lost in bhakti. He had a total disregard for his external appearance. So he was a little bit scary. So Peyyalwar. That's why he was called Peyyalwar. The Ulagalanda Perumal is a Ulagalanda Perumal. I have been there. It's a huge statue of Trivikrama, and this place is very sacred because of its association with the Mudal Alwars. Nammalwar. All the Alwars used to see the Lord in all things around him. Nammalwar used to meditate on Ulagalanda Swarupam. Ulagalanda Swarupam. Tirumalisai Alvar was a contemporary of Poigai and Bhutad and Peyyalwars. So Poigai, Bhutad, Peyyalwars and Tirumalisai were all contemporaries, and they are all placed in the Dwapara Yuga. And Tirumalisai Alvar is believed to be the incarnation of the Sudarshana Chakra, and his father was the great Bhargava Rishi. So Tirumalisai Alvar, I believe, was born without any limbs, and the parents abandoned the child, and Sriman Narayana and Lakshmi Devi blessed the child with great physical and spiritual powers and beauty. And the child was later adopted by Thiruvalan, who was a hunter. So that is why he was brought up by a backward caste family at that time, you see. So Tirumalisai Alvar was initiated into Sri Vaishnavism by Peyyalwar. So Tirumalisai Alvar also emphasized that the only marga is Bhakti Marga, and no one should have any pride of birth and all that. See, the Alvars repeatedly also emphasize the point that from the day of your spiritual awakening, you will realize that the Lord resides in your heart and not in any temple. Krishna, Rama, Ranganatha, they reside in our heart and not in any temple. Bhakti destroys all sinful thoughts and vasanas and bestows one with spiritual and material comforts also. It cleanses the heart. Reciting the Lord's name constantly is the way. And everything that happens with the will of the Lord. Bhakti is a one to one relationship with the Lord, and prayer is something personal between the Lord and the Bhakta.